Hello, finally.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
That's all right. How's your morning?
Good, been busy. What are we doing here in the Chinese restaurant?
Well, potty day. We're doing things differently. We're going to Hong Kong next week, so I thought it was about time you met my tour guide, Sarsha Cassidy. I think she's actually just here now. Hey, Sarsh.
Hey
how
guys.
are you? Welcome to Racing
Thank
X.
you. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
How are you? Lovely to meet
Sarsha
you.
and Luke.
Meet you.
All right, guys. Sarsh, I ordered you a wine.
Thank you.
Luke, you're a beer.
Straight into the Hong Kong spirit, eh?
Oh yeah.
We're getting
and let's go
ready.
eat some dumplings.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Can't wait.
Racing X.
I know. Wait, it's going to be so much fun.
I'm so pumped.
Your table is ready.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Let's go. Well, welcome back guys to another episode of Racing Xtra. I know last week I finished off saying we had something different cooking, so if you're just listening at home and not watching us on YouTube, I'm your host Bella King, and joining me as always is Luke Dittman.
I didn't think we'd actually be in a restaurant when you said cooking up.
I
but
know.
Here we are.
Here we are. We're down at Melbas Asian Seafood here in Surfers Paradise, and we're joined by our new bestie joining us in the Racing X family, Sarsha Cassidy. Welcome, Sarsha. You're on the Gold Coast this week.
I'm so excited to be here, and I think I've joined at the right time.
Oh, you have Hong Kong first
think
up.
so.
Baptism of fire for you, but I am so excited. You're going to be
Yes.
the best tour guide for me over there.
100%. And I think I might find an even better tour guide for us who's going to show us amazing shopping, the best restaurants, maybe some different cocktails.
Ooh.
If you can
got
get
me
a little,
sold there.
if you can get a little offsider opinion on some golf courses while you're over there, I'm all ears.
I think
just
I
let
have
me know.
someone for that
Yeah,
as well. So
I can imagine.
yeah, I got it covered. It's going to be amazing.
I'm so excited. We're going to have the best girls trip. We've
We
got
are.
2 race meetings.
Yes.
The team actually hasn't let me in on what we're doing in the meantime, but
Yep.
all I've been told is we've got some great content coming.
We do.
And I am so excited. It's my first time over there.
You're going to have the best time, and we're going to see some amazing racing, obviously, but Hong Kong has a lot more to offer than just racing, so we're going to have a great time.
I am so excited.
I'm
Let's
very
go.
worried about this credit card for the next 5 days. I'm very
I
worried.
would be, yes.
How about we land, go back to the hotel, and I go left with the boys, and you go right with Sash, and then
Yeah.
I'll see you back at the
And
airport.
I'll
on
see you on
Monday
the way
morning.
home.
Safe with me.
Probably a smart move. And I'm not going to tell you how much I'm spending.
Oh God, please help me.
Well, we're down here at Melbas. Luke, what are we going to get for lunch?
We need to eat because I'm starving, and we need to get on the first soon. So,
Yep.
what does everyone like?
I'll eat anything.
I'm a dumplings girl, so as long as you order dumplings,
Yes, good
I'll
choice.
eat
On the
anything
dumplings.
else.
All right, so some pork dumplings into some gyozas.
Yep.
All right, where's our waitress so I can start rattling off some food? Everyone eat.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
here
There we
we
go.
go. We are on.
Magic order.
Yes, please. All right, how quickly can you write? Because I'm going to rattle these off real
I'll
quick.
do transfer.
All right. Oh, perfect. Even better.
Yes.
All right. Half a dozen dim sims.
Yes.
Some steamed prawn dumplings.
Yes.
Some juicy pork dumplings.
Yes.
Half a dozen gyozas.
A few moments later.
Salt and pepper squid.
I've got a
we'll-
dress to fit into when we get to
You'll
Hong
be
Kong.
fine. You'll be fine. It's very warm out. We'll go for a little jog later. It'll be fine. But the
Okay.
dumplings
Do you reckon
are
Zach
a
will
little-
let us use his sauna?
We'll ask
Can
someone
always
on
ask, right?
We'll ask someone on Jockey Club. We'll get some lobster.
Yes.
How do you recommend? Sauteed or garlic butter?
Saute with ginger
Alright,
shallots.
we'll go sauteed with ginger shallots.
I
King
don't know if I
crab.
told you this before you got here, but Luke can ramble.
That's a
I'm
lot of
hungry.
food.
There's a big weekend of punting ahead of me.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Like, just let me
You
feel
got
the
to
body
beef up, big
Yeah.
boy.
for gambling, alright? Salt and pepper soft shell crab,
Yes.
and we'll get the seafood platter twice.
Yes.
Perfect. And maybe some fried rice.
And fried rice. All right.
Wow.
Is that enough?
Get plenty of food.
Okay, so we're going to have to roll Sash onto the plane when she gets home.
I think so.
Picking that.
Oh, we'll get some duck,
Oh,
some
Peking,
Peking
yes.
duck,
Mhm.
and some sizzling eye fillets. That'll do.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm breaking the cutlery. Maybe some salt and pepper squid.
Order, order.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Done.
double ordered.
All right.
Thank you very
Perfect.
much.
Thank you.
you. Whew. Well,
I'll give you the menus.
All right. Thank you very much.
Getting ready for
Sash,
Hong Kong.
we didn't get to get into it too much,
Yes.
but you are joining us on Racing X. You've got a
I
new
am.
show coming up.
I do.
What do you have in store for us?
So I'm going to be based in Sydney, going out and interviewing different jockeys' wives and different trainers' wives, and anyone that's associated in racing because it's amazing industry. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
I
What a
can't-
great concept.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the back end insights because I'm sure there's a lot of shit to be talked on that other side of the fence. So please drag it out where you can.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And obviously I get to work with you guys as well. So
We're
it's
so
all
excited
gonna
to
be
have you on
exciting.
board.
Yes.
Well, you have access to probably one of the best wags, if we want to call them that, in racing. Your sister Nicole's married
Yes.
to Zach Purton.
She is.
Will we see her on the show much?
So obviously we're heading to Hong Kong. So Nicole is going to come and join us and show us a bit around, show us like the best places to go shopping, some great restaurants, and she also knows some great rooftop bars that we can go and look at. So I think she will be an amazing tour guide for
I'm
us.
so excited. This
It's
is
your-
really her playground.
It's your
It
first
is.
time too, so
Yeah,
like, it's
I'm-
great to have the insight of someone who's lived there for 15, 20 years
Yeah.
to show you around. So I can't wait. I'll be there for maybe 1 or 2 drinks, and then I'll duck straight back off with the boys.
Anyway.
And you know what? It's actually my first time for the international meeting as well.
Oh, really? You've never
so,
been?
No. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll be new to it all as well.
It's going to be so great.
Yeah.
So we're going Wednesday, obviously, for the international meeting, and then we
Yes.
back up again Sunday.
Yes.
But for those who don't know, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
it's really the culmination of the world's best jockeys in one melting pot on one race day. So
Yep.
how does that structure work with that international meeting on the Wednesday night? Like, obviously there's a draw structure and
Yes. So it's the IJC on the Wednesday night at Happy Valley. There's 12 jockeys who are brought from around the world, including some of the local jockeys like Vincent Ho and obviously Zach Purton, who's going to be riding. But it's just so exciting. You get to see the best of the best jockeys from around the world competing in 4 races that are actually allocated on the night. There's a point system, and right at the end, it's obviously tallied up and the most points win. So the Wednesday night's going to be a lot of fun.
it's
I can't wait.
quite cool
Yeah.
for someone like me who's a racing fan. Like,
Yeah.
obviously I watch English racing, watch Japanese racing, Hong
Yeah.
Kong, Australian, but to see all those boys that are the pinnacle of their sport in their area all
Yeah.
racing against each other, like for a raging gambling fanatic, it is perfect for me. So
Yeah.
It's such a great concept, isn't it? And the fact that they're all allocated horses on even playing fields
Yeah.
and then run on the point system. I just think it's such a cool concept. Like you said, Luke, the melting pot. We've got Rachel King going over to represent Australia. Holly
Yeah.
Doyle comes over.
Yeah.
Just such great representation, not only worldwide, but of female jockeys as well. And now on the world stage, it's incredible, and I'm so excited to see it. We're going to be deep in the beer garden and having
We
some
are. It's
fun,
gonna be
but
so
I'm
much fun.
so excited.
Yeah. And it's great as well for people who aren't necessarily, obsessed with racing. There's also, there'll be a DJ there, there'll be singers, and it just shows a bit of a different side of racing where you can go, have fun, watch some racing, and have a good time with your friends as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no one does it better than the Hong Kong Jockey
Yeah.
Club.
I haven't seen it for a number of years, but can you explain how wild that beer garden is for Bella? Because I know it goes off, and especially if you get down there around race 7 or 8,
Yeah.
it really hits the roof early.
Oh, it's just a lot of fun. I've been there, obviously not through the international meeting, but it's just a lot of fun. Like, people get together. It's probably a little bit more casual than the Sunday where everyone gets quite dressed up. It's just fun, and it's just lots of great racing, and yeah, you're going to have the best time.
The only night meeting I've ever been to is the Sunshine Coast, so I'm expecting that on steroids.
You'd be fine. If you like wines and betting and horses,
Yes.
that is the place to be.
I'm in my
anywhere around
element.
the world.
Yeah.
Be
We're going to
fine.
have a good time.
Just make sure you back some winners.
Yes.
Oh, we got some food already.
Ooh. Lots of
Dumpling
food
time.
coming.
Oh yeah.
So some spring rolls.
Thank you.
Yum.
Is that all I ordered?
I reckon this is definitely part 1 of what you ordered. Wow. Thank you.
Perfect.
Oh my god, looks so good.
So it's getting us set up for Hong Kong, guys.
Can I
Lots
just
of
spin the
dumplings.
table and put my mouth over it? Is that a thing?
There's soy sauce and chili paste.
Brilliant.
Perfect.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Ladies first.
Ooh.
Thank you. Well, Sarsh, for anyone who doesn't know by your last name, you are pretty much racing royalty. Your father, Jim the Pumper Cassidy, is one of the best jockeys of all time.
Yes.
You must have had a pretty interesting childhood, though.
Yes. So growing up, we obviously were surrounded by horses. My sister and I, Nicole, we had our ponies. If we weren't riding, we'd be at home playing with horses. It surrounded our lives.
Yeah.
But yes, we'd go to the races most weekends to watch Dad, and we kind of got the impression that Dad was obviously a little bit special, based on, I mean, social media wasn't around then.
Oh, of
so
course,
we would
yeah.
see Dad in the newspaper, and obviously going out to the races, we would see him, you know, people coming up and chatting to us. So we kind of knew that
Yeah.
he was.
It's such a surreal experience because I was just about to ask you.
Yeah.
It's like I remember being 5-6 years old and getting passed over the fence, and
Yeah.
Dad just rides and that's the same
Normal.
childhood you had.
Yeah.
But when I grew up and I become an adult, and you realise the real world isn't like when you go for dinner, people aren't asking for your autograph, or like when you someone's ringing from the radio, and you're like, they really are champions at what they do, and like
100%.
obviously. I don't think my old boy will appreciate me saying this, but your old man won a few more Group 1s than mine, and he likes to let everyone know about it. But yeah, it's. I know from my view, and I'm sure you've had the same thing. It's quite a weird dynamic to grow up into. Your old boy's famous.
It is, and we're obviously so proud of Dad and what he's achieved. Like 104 Group 1s, I think it was. I think it really hit me when I think it was 1997. Everyone at school was talking about the Melbourne Cup. And obviously Dad had won the Caulfield Cup. He was the favourite, the pressure was on. And to be rushed home from school and be sitting in front of that TV, and I knew how important it was. And then to see him lead the whole way and hit that line with Greg Hall, and I saw him salute, and I thought, no, this isn't happening.
Went off early.
I was shaking, and then obviously came up Might and Power, won by a nose, and I just remember thinking like, wow, he's achieved something like so special.
Huge.
So that was definitely a standout moment for me. But I was even more excited because I knew that if Dad won, I got to take him in for show and tell, which was great.
Not many
Here's
kids
my
can
dad.
say they
Nothing
took a
like
Melbourne Cup in
boosting
for
your
show
own
and tell.
Yeah, and I didn't really, you know, I was just, even though I was young at the time, I still knew like this is a really special moment.
Yeah.
So,
And
but
Might and
yeah.
Power too, a bit of a
Yes.
legacy there. I actually got to interview your dad just
Oh,
before the Might and
yes.
Power Stakes, and
I
the
saw
way he
that.
talks about that horse, it's almost like it's the love of his life.
I think it was. I think Might and Power and Kiwi will obviously be two horses that Dad will be remembered for. Obviously winning in 1983 on Kiwi to come from last and win, and then Might and Power to lead and win was just, I think, dramatic finishes for both. And
Yeah.
it's amazing. We're very proud of him.
Sensational, hey.
Yeah.
Did you ever, I know you've done a bit of work in the industry.
Yes.
Was racing always on the cards for you with your dad being such a famous jockey?
Look, I've always been interested in racing. Obviously we were surrounded by it. I actually went and studied journalism because I wanted to be able to go out and be involved in racing to some capacity.
Yeah.
So for a number of years, I've actually been working for within wagering. Are you okay?
Oh my god.
You okay?
Luke's just
I was
dying.
trying to hold it in.
Was it
just
spicy
FYI.
hot or?
Okay, which sauce do I not have? Because I'm not having that one.
I feel so sorry for anyone
I'm
who's
a
driving to work and just
I'm
got
a
a jump
dumpling.
scare.
I think I spat half of it on the window over there.
Oh
so I'm
my
sorry,
God.
I'm going to have to clean that off. Oh, more beers. More beers.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I won't be having that chili.
Can
Yeah,
I sign
no.
for the rest of the podcast?
Someone get Luke a beer ASAP.
How can the thing with the pretty little green tree on it taste like lava?
I'm surprised you even went for that. You don't even eat green.
It was so close and you were chatting and I was like, I'll eat
Okay,
instead
I
of
won't be
interrupting
touching that
everyone.
one.
I don't know
scared
how
that
he
I'm gonna-
rode so light for so long because I put a vegetable on his plate and he goes, "What's this?" And
I
he picked the
know.
thing that's got greenery on
Just
it.
about to lose my lower intestine after that, so I can probably ride again.
Good
Now I've
lord.
lost
Can
where
we
we were
get
up
moving?
to.
Anyway, we're talking about Luke's career. Let's keep talking
Right.
about yours.
Okay.
Let's keep talking about yours.
Right, so I've been working within wagering for a number of years, doing market updates. Are you sure
Can you
you're
stop
okay?
dying over there?
It's making me like...
Oh
I'm good.
my god.
It's hot. All right, continue.
You're really
Okay.
good at making things about yourself, aren't you, sweetie?
Sorry. I tried. I held it in for so long.
This is Sarsha's first episode. Let her talk.
But yeah, so I've been working within wagering for a long time, doing some market updates, going and interviewing certain jockeys, And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed
Perfect
it.
fit for us then.
Yes,
We
that's
got
right.
we got any access to some bonus bets for Hong Kong?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
Sorry
you're all
about that.
Man
bonus
just
bets
wants to
out.
gamble in peace. That's all he
You
wants to
can't
do.
even eat in
Well, I
peace.
just look. What I'm worried about is like the first bite I've had of my Chinese meal before we head to Hong Kong has absolutely blown my lips off. So the rest of the trip is going to go
Is
real
this an
south. But yeah, I
omen?
don't know. Hopefully the food is downhill and the punting is uphill. But we're
I
about
am
to find
staying
out.
away from you at the races.
It'll be fine. We'll be fine. There's plenty of beers at I think I'm at the Beat or wherever that is. So
Yeah.
Good
It
thing
will
you're not
be.
in Brisbane.
just wow. Yep. Nope, 2 different rooms. But yeah, anyway.
All right, before we get too deep into Hong Kong, Luke, someone else in the racing industry has had a very embarrassing moment on air this week too. Poor Darren McCauley over in Ascot making the wrong call in the railway stakes. Bit of a rough start.
It just proves that anyone at the height of their game can make a mistake, and
even
unfortunately,
whether you're eting dumplings or not.
yeah, 100%. He might have got into those chili dumplings at the 400 metre mark, but yeah, obviously a bit of an embarrassing moment, especially on the world stage with that Group 1. But I feel sorry for the people who were listening on the radio.
I was with Fox Nation. When I looked at the results, I went on Twitter. I wasn't watching the race, and I went on Twitter and I was like, "What's happened here? What's happened here?" And I looked at my bet slip. We still got paid out, thank goodness. But they did a recall, and obviously Port Lockroy won.
Imagine being the owners and taking that video home and having to listen to the other horse win the race.
I know.
But if it was my horse, I wouldn't care because the money's in the bank. But yeah, if I was trading at $1.04 on Betfair or whatever he got to, I'd be very, very shitty.
Good on him for doing a recall, though. Obviously, it was Clint's first Group 1 as well. Oh gosh, what do we have
Oh
here?
gosh, there's more food. Wow.
This is more exciting than a Group 1.
Yeah. Wow.
So what are you guys getting?
We know you're retired. We don't need to rub it in our face.
Mine.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
Wow.
full Daffy. Let's go.
Taffy. Okay, guess I'm not eating the duck now. Thanks for that.
Oh, do you have the knives? I'll carve it up.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been like, poof,
Don't know if I trust you
bit
with
of plum
that.
sauce.
Oh wow!
You can cut up a Peking
Imagine
duck.
just-
Wow. I'm impressed.
No, I cannot.
I'll be impressed if you
Look,
can.
for the cameras I can, but for everyone else I can't.
Well, we also had a regional doubleheader last weekend. How did you guys feel about? We obviously had the Group 1 action over in Ascot, and then 2 major regional races. We had Cranbourne. We had the first running of the Meteorite as well as the Cranbourne Cup, and then obviously the Gong at Kembla. Big prize money, but I know a couple of people have been getting sprays on Twitter for their opinions around whether we should have Saturday Metro racing purely provincial tracks on a Saturday.
I think, well, my personal opinion is I think you've got to give those sort of provincial type tracks the opportunity to showcase what they got. We do it for the millions up here. Like, is the Gold Coast a Metro track week in, week out? No, but they put on a bloody good show when Millions rolls around. And can you tell me that Kemmler didn't put on a good show for the Gong? Like,
Oh, no.
even Tommy saluting over the line, like you've got 30 or 40,000 people going nuts. Like, I'd have liked to have been there. And
Yeah.
we were at Flemington the week before, so if you're a racing fan, who doesn't like going down on the track and having a beer? It doesn't matter whether it's a Kembla or Wyong or you go out to bloody the middle of Austin or something. And just, yeah, if you serve beer and you've got a tote and you're running horses, then that's what it's all about.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have a good time. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I think Mitch Beer, he summed it up perfectly. I saw a tweet from him and he was just saying, like, it's a great opportunity, like you said, to get those people who don't often get a chance to travel to Sydney or to Melbourne where it's just too far to go to the track, but you can go and you've got quality horses still running at this time of year on a Saturday at what's normally a provincial track for decent prize money. It's actually a really great setup for that bit of engagement that you might miss at the provincial and country level with racing fans.
Well, you get the people that won't go, do you know what I mean? Like if your hometown is based on the Gold Coast, or your hometown is based at Kembla or Wyong or wherever it might be, you'll go 5 minutes or 10 minutes down the road to go to their big meeting. Whereas hard for most people who don't understand racing to go from the Gold Coast to Brisbane in the hour because like you got to get a hotel room or a cab or whatever it might be. So it's brilliant. Like anywhere that can showcase what racing's about and put on a great day and a scene for it. Like I know we're going up to Hong Kong and they do it better than anyone in the world, but
Kembla Range is
like,
pretty close.
yeah, well, I'm whinging about driving to Eagle Farm for a good day, and we're about to get a 9-hour flight to Hong Kong, so I probably shouldn't be talking. But look,
It'll be worth
anything that showcases racing is great in my book.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. And look, if you can have a winner like Gringotts and Tommy put on a show, and I'm glad I backed
Huge.
him. And
I know. He was your contender last
may
week,
or may not
wasn't
have tipped
he?
him before the race, but look, I'm not going to toot my own horn while we're here. But yeah, look, just went to plan. He got across from the alley, and Tommy did a bit of steering, and away you go. And the good salute at the end of the race was really topped it off, cherry on top for me. And yeah, sitting there counting the cash.
Well, like you said, obviously, Grin got saluted for Tommy Berry and Kieran Ma, but Kieran had a great day on the East Coast. He also won the first running of the Meteorite with Nadal. He wasn't your contender in this race, but God, he put on a good show.
No, he wasn't. But look, he blew him away. Really, the ride from Ethan was unreal. Just sort of had a bit of patience in his back pocket, and he sat there and waited and let him go. And credit to Kieran and the team, because nothing exploded like that horse on the day, and it was sort of over by the 200 metre mark. And yeah, dirty I wasn't on him, but yeah, it's been run and won, and it was a good win.
The team's obviously had a really high opinion of this horse. He ran in the Group 1 Golden Rose and the Coolmore last season. He stepped back down to benchmark level this prep, and he's been building his way back up. But this prep, he's obviously won last start, won really well, and he heads to the second part of Southside's new slot series, the Supernova. It's another $1 million in the bank, and I think it'll be a really good contest for this horse.
100%, because especially after that race on Saturday, if you asked me before, was he a Group 1 horse, I would have said no. But he won impressively, and his turn of foot was just electric. So is he a Group 1 horse? No, he's probably not. But can he take out the next series of the invitation races? Of course he can.
I mean, why not?
And
yeah.
well, it's money in the bank for him. So like,
absolutely. Oh my gosh, more. Glad you're not riding light this weekend, Luke.
Can we get another one of those?
Oh my God.
Wow.
What's
wow.
what's the dumplings and lava?
The dumplings and lava.
The spicy chili dumplings.
Yeah, is it spicy, is it?
Spicy,
Oh,
yeah,
there was no hit. There was no hit.
No hit.
No hit, yeah.
No hit to you.
Maybe you need more spice next time.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
Wow.
Oh, is it? Oh, I cannot wait.
Chili pepper.
Just put the basket on my head right now.
You're going to have to get ready for Hong Kong
Oh my
because
God.
it's very,
Wow.
very hot in Hong Kong.
That's what I'm worried about.
Luke,
If we
I
go,
seriously think you've
Actually,
over-ordered.
there is a restaurant called Chili Fagara,
Oh, let's definitely take Luke there.
and you need condensed milk to actually
the chili
chill
fuck
out
off,
the-
that's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the thing is too, like if you go to the local markets, you
Yeah.
like obviously Bella's never been, but if you go to the local markets, like you have to specifically say, I want very mild
Yes.
food, because
That is a really good note.
'cause
I'll
mild-
probably be like, yeah, I'll have spicy, and then
I'm
yeah.
as white as they come. Like I'll cough drinking milk, but like if you have something that they won't even flinch at over there, it will blow your mustache
It's
off.
going to be very spicy, yes.
Good to know.
Oh well, I'm glad I
Get into it,
I'm
Luke.
glad I
Get into the
ordered.
spicy
Just
calamari.
You know what?
Should
I'm
we
going to
be-
try it, because I can't feel my mouth as it is, so I may as well have a crack.
Well, guys, little halftime break there for lunch. How bloody good is that Peking duck?
I don't think I'm
good.
full.
Shout
I don't think
Shall
we
we order
ordered
some
any
more?
food.
We had to get production in to help us. That's how much we over-ordered.
Well, the cameraman looked hungry, right?
Well, speaking of the Peking duck are actually playing at Caulfield this weekend. We have the finale. And I just want to give our friends at the MRC a massive shout out. Since we launched Racing X, they've been huge supporters. Every feature race meeting, they've actually given us tickets to give away to our fans.
Yep.
We've got one last giveaway live on our Instagram. So if you haven't got in on the action and you're listening, head there right now and secure your tickets. We're giving away 4 passes to everyone who enters, so make sure you go and have a look. Luke, we've got the Zipping Classic as our highlight for this race. This meeting, who's your contender pretender?
Yeah, this could be a bit of a lottery if there's a bit of rain about for the weekend, but I'm going to have to go with Kingswood here as my contender. Won his last 2, gets a bit of extra distance, and I just think with the ride from Johnny Allen, be too good in a race like this.
About your pretender in this?
My pretender this week, you're not going to like this, one of Annabelle's,
Oh.
Naval College.
Oh, he's sweetie.
Look, battled on last start, but it wasn't sort of a flashing run for me, and I just think be found wanting right at the death, and look, maybe he can run a nice 4th or 5th, but I don't think he really contends in this race, to be honest.
We've got the remainder of the Western Australia Carnival. Our highlight in this is the Group 1 Winterbottom Stakes. And again, you are sticking with the East Siders.
I am. Bjorn come over last year with Joshy Parr and took this race out, and I think they can do it again with Overpass. Bit of a sticky alley, which is probably concerning to anyone that wants to back this horse, but I think Josh will just bounce him out, and head over to the front, just lead from pillar to post. That's my prediction for the race.
On that with the alley, did you see that TikTok that Bjorn put up in the middle of the week? Did you see that?
I haven't, no.
He must have had heat stroke, he said in the comments. He was like, when you're at Warwick Farm and it's 40 degrees, and he's just put up the most ludicrous TikTok of him like guiding the horse's name through the race. It's hilarious. You have to go watch. He's so funny.
He's always the kind of bloke who looks like he's just walked through a car wash. Like his hair's one way and he's cheered home something at Kembla Grange and he's yelled at someone and then he's like ties sideways. Like he's actually great for racing, but he just looks like someone slapped him in the face, messed his hair up and said, "Here's a camera."
Well, who's your pretender for this race?
I have to go with Western Empire. I know then the Western Raiders or the Western team of Perth isn't going to like me for this because this is the second time I've attempted to bag one of their horses. But look, not a bad run last start, but got into a bit of trouble about the 400, 300 metre mark and got out, and I really expected this horse to flash home and he didn't, and it just leaves me worried that if he gets clear running this time, I know he's going to improve from the race or first up run, but if he gets clear running this time, he just doesn't have that dash to beat those good horses. Like you've got James coming over again, a very good horse. You've got Overpass in the race. Like this is going to be a real sprint race, and look, I just don't think that horse is good enough.
Where are you headed to for your best bet this weekend?
I'm going all the way down to Melbourne. One of Shinny's actually, and She's All Pizzazz. Moody Coleman train, Shin on board, good alley, extra distance. You can get a nice $3 at the moment, and I think it's just yum.
I'm sticking on the East Coast as well, but I'm headed up to Doomben. We're racing on a heavy track after all the rain we've had, so it makes for a bit of an interesting day, but the horse that I'm with, Metal Art, he's a really consistent horse from the Kelly Schweida yard. Actually prefers a bit of cut out of the track. Raced a fortnight ago, I believe, behind Torabella, who came out and won yesterday. Has a better draw than last start. Came home well for a second there, so I thought it ran well, but the wide barrier. So into barrier 3, I think it's got 3 kilos off the back, and I'll be cheering at home.
Is Siege on board?
No, Roddy this week. Yeah,
Roddy
a bit of a
week.
gear change. Sorry, Siege, still love you if you're listening. But
Oops.
I think just
Didn't mean to
down
bring
in
that
the
up.
weights, in with the draw, and then obviously the soft track. I can't look past it. It's only the $2 favourite, but
We've got a
something.
double. We've got a double running. We've got a double running. What's the third leg of our treble?
Yeah, where are you going, Sarsha?
So for Hong Kong, I'm going to be for the international meeting on Sunday. It's hard to go past, obviously, Kaying Rising, Sprint. So I'll definitely be following Zach. And obviously, Romantic Warrior for the Cub.
It's so hard to look past.
It is. But I also like, again, Zach Purton, massive sovereign.
Do you have a bias?
I do, I think.
I think Ka Ying will be hard to beat, but look,
Yeah.
as much as I want Romantic Warrior to win for Jim, I think he's beatable with that Japanese horse, Liberty Island, coming across.
Yes.
So that is a very tough race, in my opinion, and those Japanese horses just stack up wherever they go in the world. You can take our Melbourne Cup, for example, like they didn't lay down in that. So
No.
I'd just like to see an interesting competition over there, because as much as I like seeing those $1.20 horses bolt in, it just gets boring after a while when you watch them keep winning and winning and winning.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting race. Hey, I really do hope Romantic Warrior just stays on top. You just love, I know I say this a lot, but the theatrics that horses like that create in racing is what you want. The buzz that'll be around Shartin if he wins, amazing.
It'll be unbelievable.
Yeah.
I just hope he wins so I don't have to deal with James if he gets beat. Or poor Caitlin has to deal with James.
Well, I actually caught up with Tony Golan earlier in the week. We're doing a new Revving Up for Millions series, and we caught up with him to talk about his 2-year-olds. But he did note that Antino arrived in Hong Kong really well. He's having a really quiet week, but I think he's going to have a good hit out come Tuesday. So he's one I'm really excited to watch. I think, Sarsha, we were discussing off camera, obviously, Blake Shin's got the association with the horse and the advantage of riding so well at his time in Hong Kong.
Yes.
I think that's a massive leg up for this horse.
I think so. The fact, as you've just mentioned, that he's ridden and he rode so well in Hong Kong. He knows the track, he knows the horse well, and obviously his past run we've seen, he rode it very well. So I agree. He's definitely in my numbers.
Ticks all round.
He just keeps excelling, that horse too. So if you can go up there and do the same, he's a massive chance. But
The way he won the Toorak, he's just proven how
That was
tough
just
he can
freaky.
be.
Yeah.
It was freakish.
Tony can obviously train, and he's travelled horses before. So look, as a Queenslander and a And so is he. Like, I'll be cheering for Antino. But
Yeah.
speaking of, he had a horse go around yesterday called Skirt the Law, carried stupid weight
Yeah, that was his
back
Magic
to the
Millions
inside and flashed home. So I got no idea where she's going next, but if she gets a realistic weight that's not 92 kilos,
Yep.
she might get a little dabble from myself.
One to watch.
Ooh,
Tony had
okay.
a great day at Doomben yesterday, actually. What did he have? La Bella Boom win the first, Tora Bella win later, Skirt the Law ran well. God, I'd love to be Tony.
He might be good for a loan if we see him in Hong Kong.
If the horse's name has my name in it and it's in Tony's barn, it'll run well.
Yeah, well, I backed Bella yesterday. Just
Yeah,
had
as you
to,
should
but,
have.
yeah, well,
Have to.
otherwise I get murdered.
Well, guys, that is us for another episode of Racing Extra. Sash, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the family, and I'm so excited to see you in Hong Kong.
I can't wait. This has been so much fun. I think we're going to have a lot of fun in Hong Kong.
I'm so looking forward
It's
to
gonna
it.
be great.
I need the team to send me the itinerary so I can start
Yeah.
getting
You're a
pumped up
few more.
now.
And we need to find our outfits, obviously.
We do.
We'll
I think
chat.
there's a lot of shopping to do, though.
There is a
I might
lot of
pack in a
shopping.
spare suitcase.
Yeah, we're going to need it.
You guys go to the ladies' markets, and I'll go straight to Sky Bar, and
Yeah.
I'll meet you on Sunday
We'll meet
morning.
in the middle.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, well, thank you guys. That is another episode of Racing Extra done and dusted. A massive thank you to Melbas here at Surfers Paradise for letting us enjoy this great meal today. And as always, to our partners in EMF and Corpshaw for helping us bring another great episode to your ears. Like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts for a next-gen racing experience.